The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Danny Wazork, sitting here with head coach Mike Spooner. Mike, 2 weeks ago, Van Gogh finished as CN's top runner at the at the Golden Eagle Invitational, and last year Van Gogh finished as CN's second runner at the Asics Invite. Can we expect more of the same success from Van Gogh?
Yeah, her training has been going really well. I think the big thing for Imka in that race 2 weeks ago was her, essentially connecting the dots to what her training is saying she can do and what she can do on race day. And so I think that the way that our girls team is kind of built is one person feeds off the other. And I think a big part of that is not just Inca doing well, but the expectation that the other girls will do well, in result. And so as long as one of the girls steps up, I can count on 2, 3, 4, 5 stepping up equally. So not just Inca, it just adds one more person into the mix of saying, hey, if they're figuring out and they're having a great day, then everybody else is going to have a great day as well. So I am excited to see that domino effect continue.
So rather than looking at one specific person, we're looking at more of like a leadership by committee type of situation.
Absolutely. And I think it's, because it's hard to have it an A+ every race, and so if one of those ladies, steps up to the plate that day, then it just takes the burden off of the next one who maybe isn't feeling great, but knows that, hey, if, my teammate is making a move, I'm going to make a move with them. And so I'm excited to see that as the weeks are going on, a new person is assuming that role each time, so that way we don't have to always hope for, hope one person has a great race. We're counting on one of these collective to have a good race and help support the other.
Yeah, I've sort of noticed, Coach, that within these races we've had clumps of people finishing together. Like last week we had, I think it was Hunter Miller, maybe Andrew Thompson finished both 49th and 50th. So it's kind of interesting to see the cohesiveness between the group.
Yeah, in that case it was Hunter and Will together, but we are forming these good little packs together. This weekend coming up, we're going to debut Colton Lee, who's been working out with Brent and Ray, and so that's a third person to that mix. Ashley Toole had a great week of training, and Katie Smock had a great week of training. So I expect those girls to be up there, with Grace and Imka, as well. And so we're really building these clumps together. Maggie had another step forward where she was the big one. I think that made a huge step from meet 1 to meet 2. And I'm only expecting her to continue assuming that role as a number 5 runner and keep moving up the ranks as well. And so it's nice to, it's easier to do stuff when you can recognize your teammate ahead of you or be part of the group, and I'm excited for that for sure.
Now, last year, Raymond Bergman was one of the 5 Eagles who ran in the Asics Invitational last year for the men's side, and he finished with a 27-minute 8K. Mm-hmm. Who can we expect to stand out this year?
So going into this Asics, to me, it does look like it's going to be a little rainy. I actually anticipate him stepping forward again and having a good day. I definitely think Brent is going to continue a great, strong season on the guys' side. The great part is with Colton into the mix now, we now have a full display of what our guys' team, is for the season, and that's very exciting for me to see what we are and what our identity is as we prepare for the postseason, to strategically know, okay, this is what we are and this is what we can be and what we need to be. So I on the guys' side, I think as just a collective, I'm expecting a really strong performance, especially in I think conditions that will slow the course down. I think we have a guys' team that is definitely more strength-based for sure, and so that's an exciting thing for me. But I definitely think this is going to be a great chance for Hunter Miller. He actually got sick during last year's race, and so he would be the clear and obvious one to have a great step forward this year. So I'm excited for him to get a little bit of a redemption story at this meet this year.
Gotcha. Now on the girls' side, we also have 5. Madison Dockery, Autumn Brazel, Amika Van Gogh, others, all returning this year to Asics Invitational. Can we expect some sort of benefit from having this familiarity with this course?
Yeah, most of the team has ran this course in one aspect or the other. I think that in terms of our top 5, Imka and Smock being that being in the race last year, they're going to be able to give a lot of guidance to this course. I also think that with Carly Yard, running it last year as well, she's going to be another one to give some insight. I think the big thing, though, for the girls' side is, because we are so young, is just to continue getting used to competition, continue racing. And so that's going to be the big thing going forward that I'm excited to see from them.
Mm-hmm. Now flipping back to the men's side, Benjamin White, he saw a massive improvement. He finished the first race in around 43 minutes, and the second race it was like 36. Can we expect more of a jump from him this year?
So this year, yes. I mean, this meet, we won't have him racing this meet, but he is going to be continuing to make big steps forward as we get closer and closer to conference.
Gotcha, Coach. Andrew Thompson and Will Kolb also saw improvements at the Golden Eagle compared to the Fleet Feet. What can you say about the effort they've put in so far?
So Andrew, being a freshman who's just very new, to running in general, especially at the college level where it goes from 5K in high school to 8K in college, he's really done great in terms of the workouts and really getting used to it, and I only expect him to keep getting better and better. Will had a little slower start to his summer training, but he's starting to come into full motion as well, and Will is someone who gets better each race in terms of just getting comfortable with racing, and so that's, a big thing, especially out of one of my veteran guys, that I expect that, he's going to do the little things during race day to get him ready to continue that improvement.
Gotcha, Coach. Now, you said it's going to be a little bit rainy. Can you talk a little bit about this course and how that rain might affect this outcome? Yeah,
so a lot of grass. It's a lot of long stretches as well. The kind of luxury on this course is a lot of courses sometimes are 3 loops, especially on the men's 8K side. This one is actually only a 2-loop just because there is so much real estate there. The women's side is actually just 1 loop, which is kind of a luxury as well. That's pretty rare. Normally it's like a loop and a half on women's side for a lot of courses, but half of it is a gravel path, which is similar to our own Mossy Creek, where the other half is long grass stretches. So the grass will be, wet and potentially an issue the first half, but that second half will get a lot faster. And so we've been purposely training on certain areas to help with that. We've been doing a lot of workouts that are specifically long stretches versus maybe circles or loops, so getting their mindset into being able to gauge, long stretches of time. And so I'm excited. I think this is going to be a great course that suits us well.
Sounds great, Coach. I'm excited. He's Mike Spooner. I'm Dan Wazork here with the Eagles Sports Network.